Hello, and welcome to Move and Munch. I'm looking forward to getting to know each of you better as we learn some valuable skills in this workshop over the next few weeks. This workshop is set up so that we have a discussion to begin with, and we'll talk about some basic nutritional information. And this class will also be focused towards the children, but parents, you are more than welcome and encouraged to participate as well. After we have our discussion, we'll go into the kitchen area and we will prepare a recipe. These recipes will mostly be snacks that are kid-friendly. After we prepare our snack, we'll have an interactive game or activity that kind of gets the kids up and moving. And parents, again, you're welcome to participate, but you do not have to. After we're done moving, we'll go munch on the snack that we've made. Tonight, we are going to learn about my plate and the importance of eating healthy. We'll be moving into the kitchen to learn how to prepare a simple, healthy snack. And kids and parents are invited to participate in that. So let's begin. How many of you have seen this image before? This is the food pyramid. How many of you have seen this image before? So the parents probably are a little more, recognize the food pyramid a little bit more. It was on a lot of cereal boxes as you were growing up next to the nutritional information. But the kids may be a little bit more familiar with my plate because this is the new food pyramid. It's changed a little bit and it's a bit simpler. This visual helps us to better understand what our plate should look like. It doesn't mean that we can't mix our veggies and our whole grains in like casserole together, but it just shows us how much of our plate should be filled with each of these items. So we shouldn't eat a whole plate that's full of a huge steak that's all protein. We should be trying to have at least half of our plate be fruits and vegetables. So the 5 main categories that are shown on my plate is fruits, vegetables, grains, preferably whole grains, dairy, and protein. So we're going to go over some of the examples of these different categories, some foods that are in those categories. So if you have any, feel free to raise your hand and interact with the slides, but we'll go over just a few. So here are some fruits. Bananas, apples, guava, pears, pineapple, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, oranges, and there's so many more good fruits. And I really enjoy going to the grocery store and seeing if they have some of the like exotic fruits like the dragon fruit, or even guava is not one that we see here very often, but it's kind of fun to try out those new fruits, and I think it will be entertaining for the children as well to try some of those. The next category that we have is vegetables. A kid's like worst enemy, right? But vegetables can actually, we'll learn a little bit more throughout this course of how we can make vegetables taste better and be more palatable for kids. But some vegetables are broccoli, carrots, asparagus, spinach, kale, green beans, peppers, cauliflower, celery, zucchini, squash. And again, there's so many more that if you go and look around the grocery store, I'm sure you'll find many more that you'll want to try or that you've already tried. Whole grains. So we encourage whole grains just because they're not as processed. They're a little bit better for you. But some examples of whole grains are pasta, bread, quinoa, rice, oatmeal. And again, there's more whole grains, so be on the lookout for new things that you can try. Dairy. Dairy includes things like milk, cheese, yogurt, eggs, and it's also a very important part of the diet. Some people are allergic to dairy, so they have to be a little bit careful, but it is a good source of lots of vitamins and minerals. The next one is protein, and protein includes things such as eggs, beef, lamb, chicken, turkey, tofu, fish, pork, nuts, beans. All those can be proteins that can be added to your plate. There are many other examples, but these are just some to give you an idea of what you could fill your plate with. Teaching your kids about these different categories and what foods fit into them will benefit them as they're choosing snacks and filling their plate. Sometimes kids don't think that they like fruits and vegetables, like I mentioned earlier, but because they haven't tried them, or that they haven't had them prepared a certain way. Lots of kids don't really like raw vegetables, but as we go through this workshop, we're going to learn about different ways to prepare these foods that will make them more inviting for your children as well as your family. So tonight we're going to start in the kitchen making a mango salsa with homemade tortilla chips. The recipe is included as a handout tonight, and I also have it up on the screen. So you can take this recipe home and you can make it on your own. So let's all move to the kitchen where we'll find our ingredients and we can get cooking. Okay, let's start by going over our ingredient list. There's also conveniently a shopping list included at the side so that you can know exactly what to get at the store. We'll start with 2 large mangoes, a small cucumber, 2 green onions, a medium jalapeno pepper, 2 medium limes, some salt, and cayenne pepper. A medium bell pepper and cilantro if you desire. Those are optional. For the chips, you just need corn tortillas and some cooking spray. So we'll start by getting the chips in the oven and then chopping up the rest of the ingredients for the salsa. Please let your children help you as much as you feel comfortable, and please be careful with the knives. They are very sharp. After we're done here, we'll gather back after we're done in the kitchen, we'll gather back to discuss. Well, welcome back. Thank you all for your participation tonight. We have had fun learning a new game, and everyone's salsa turned out great and even looked good as well. We'll meet again next week, same time, same place, and we'll have a different discussion as well as a new recipe. So if anyone has any questions, please feel free to stay after to ask me about them. And thanks again for coming. I will see you next week.